There's value in nature centers too, not only to protect animals that they find in the communities that have been injured, but they also leave the animals for public use too.
So it's a sanctuary?
Yes, it's a sanctuary to protect, but it's also a sanctuary for us to go to and experience nature like this. You won't be able to pet many of the animals.
You said there's one goes here?
To College of DuPage. There's one here. There's usually a nature center in every county.
Oh, okay.
But next to College of DuPage, across the street, is I forgot the name of the nature center. It's one of the bigger ones. They actually have large cages. They have an injured eagle that's still rehabbing.
In neighborhood?
In Naperville, or that's probably Winfield. That's probably Winfield. I don't remember the nature center for Naperville. But most of the forest preserves, and Illinois has a vast system of forest preserves, and we pay for it out of our taxes. Usually there's always a nature center with each county. And if you visit the nature center, even if it's small, it's kind of nice because they'll allow you to visualize the animals. You can actually see the animals through cage. And again, they are being kept in cages, but that's because they've been imprinted. They were dropped off because of being injured or being found stray, and they've imprinted with humans, so it's a difficult reintroduction of the animal back into wild, so they keep them. But again, it's usually through donations that they're fed, and we have volunteers that feed them, a lot of pre-vet students, but it's very relaxing to go to a nature center. You should check it out. Again, all you have to do is Google your area and the county and the nature center. It's nice. Some of them are very small. Anyway, yeah. So the question on animals, the question on having a cat, as long as there's no allergies, I think there's great value in having a pet.
I actually mentioned cats specifically because there have been a lot of conflicting studies about how the people who take care of cats are more likely to be depressed.
Huh.
And maybe because depressed people get cats, or because cats make people. Basically, cats seem to have more of a negative.
I read that too. Dogs
have a negative relationship.
Someone didn't like dogs that wrote this.
Huh, maybe.
I don't know.
That's what it sounds like, right? Because dogs tend to be a lot more affectionate than cats do.
Interesting.
And cats apparently have certain bacteria in their fecal matter that can, create an effect on the brain. So
Definitely, usually the source of parvovirus, which is dangerous for pregnant women. But the biome, the gut biome in different species will always vary depending on their food sources. But I think so the argument, well, it's not that it's an argument, but if you look at the relationship between humans and animals, I think that most of us you go to a zoo and it's like you just sit there in front of the elephant cage or the elephant pit and you just wonder how this huge animal is in front of you. You just stand there in awe. Not only awe, but it's also calm. This is the Hawthorne Hill Nature Center. And as I mentioned in the video, the idea would be if you can find your own local summit as far as a forest preserve, then you can have that as your go-to place to try to get into nature. Sometimes it'll take a little bit of scouring. What I usually do is try to find, or go Google Maps, and if you put your locale in and you zoom out, you'll usually be able to see some patches of green. Sometimes those patches of green will be all golf courses, which you can't go onto. But sometimes those patches of green will actually be forest preserves. Then if you actually go down through street level, you can see what the entrance to the forest preserve or the green place is, and hopefully get some pictures online. That's what I usually do. If you don't want to even bother with that, then if you have a good enough app for determining geographic places, it should be able to give you the name of the green property that you're investigating. If you can get the name, great. Then you can go online, Google search for other people who have put images out, and maybe you'll see something that's kind of enticing for you to go out and experience. But in nature centers, most of them will have small, short trails, probably nothing more than a mile, 2 miles. Some of them will be vast. The Morton Arboretum is a big place if you live anywhere near Lisle, Illinois, and sometimes that will be kind of a great experience. Not only do you have a vast system of trails, you also have a beautiful place where you can get food, souvenirs, listen to lectures. So again, all this is in efforts to try to experience or get out to nature. Now, if you ask me, I can still hear the highway that's about 3 blocks away, so it gives a constant engine running and tire sound that makes it a little bit distracting. But if you can remove yourself from that and just concentrate on the sounds of the crickets, cicadas, the birds, then you get to remove yourself from that stuff and kind of fall in love with what is available here. And that's that relaxation response I was talking about. Get that to the point where you have it on a regular basis, twice a day, if you can, for 3 weeks straight, and suddenly the body works a little better. The cortisol level drops, natural killer cells improve with their function, and that's where you get the benefits of being out in nature. But either way, it should be something that you not only experiment with, but you also adapt as part of your normal routine. Add this to your exercise routine that you normally would do, and I'd say you're bulletproof to tolerate the stressors of what's coming up.